guys, this is Leanna with Navigating Homeschooling, and this video I'm going to show what I'm doing this year with my two youngest kids. I already did a video of my two older kids who are in 8th and 6th grade, 13 and 11, and so now I'm going to do my two younger kids. My other son is 8 and he's in 3rd grade, and my daughter is 5 and she'll be doing kindergarten. And so just here's kind of a snapshot of what we're going to be using for this year. And so I'll start with my 8-year-old, and his setup is going to be similar to the older kids, if you saw that video. And so here's his schedule. He has typing instructor daily that he'll do just to learn how to type correctly. And he said he wants to learn French, and I have Rosetta Stone, and so we'll see how that goes. And but he's pretty adamant, for whatever reason, that he wants to learn French, so I'm going to let him do that. And then so here is kind of his schedule, nice and simple, laid out where he can easily follow it. And for spelling, as I mentioned with my older kids, I use this program, and it teaches phonics, how to spell the words, not just memorizing words, but actually why they're spelled the way they are. And so that will be for his spelling. And then so we'll just go through this. Now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he'll be working on his core journal, which is where he can kind of learn on his own. And I'm using this fun schooling book. That's a Minecraft. Of course, he likes Minecraft, because what kid doesn't? And so, again, our first day of school, we're going to go to the library and let the kids pick out books on topics they're interested in. And he'll put the books here. And then, I cannot get this page to turn. He'll do a few of these pages each day. Again, he's 8, so he would normally do 8 pages because he's 8, but I've reduced it because of, he has some other stuff he'll be doing those days. And so he'll be learning just using Minecraft to help him learn, and along with books. And this is just something I threw in here that I got off the internet just for fun. And I kind of like the PDF downloads are great because you can put them in binders, and then you can include other things in it if you want to. And so he can do a nature walk, a nature study. There's not much nature where we live because we live in a desert in a neighborhood. And you can only look at cactus for so long. So they can also, watch nature documentaries or something to go with that, or whatever science subject they're interested in. And reading time, anything he's reading, he can draw pictures or write about it. Some math, some things about animals and spelling. And anyway, so the pages kind of repeat. And so that will be mainly what he does on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, Bible, he's not old enough to really read the Bible on his own very well. So I do a story, a lesson with him. And so just like my oldest two, I kind of teach them together on Bible. My youngest two, I do the same thing. And now they're the oldest two are only 2 years apart. My younger two are 3 years apart. So it makes it a little bit trickier. But so these actually came from here. I got these for free. So we're going to cover the days of creation first. And then the actual fun schooling book starts on, hang on. And that's just kind of review. And then actually starts here. So I'll teach them a lesson. And there's a coloring page. And so it just keeps going on like that. And I'll help him with these pages. And that will be for his Bible study. Math. This year, I'm going to do Life of Fred Apples. And I got this book a long time ago. I liked it a lot, but I never bought any of the other books until recently. I bought some more for my daughter. But anyway, so we're going to do that. And when he's finished with Life of Fred, however long that takes him, then I'm going to take him to this. And I didn't want to start him in this one right away because I was afraid it would be a little bit too hard for him. But I think once he gets through Life of Fred Apples, he'll be ready for this fun schooling math for Minecrafters. And it's really cute. And so there's a lot of activities that go along with it. And then math challenges, and I'll let him work through this book. And I think he'll really enjoy that because he loves Minecraft, and so we'll be doing that. Afterlife of Fred. Reading journal. Again, there's reading included in his core journal, so this will be just on Tuesdays and Thursdays when he's not doing his core journal. He'll do a page of this to go along with his reading. Then I downloaded this program called Pictures in Cursive. This picture I actually took from a fun schooling book called Picturing the Past. But Pictures in Cursive, this program, I've used it with all my kids for teaching cursive. And this is the book A. And it has these beautiful pictures. And he just does one sentence a day. So in a week, he'll have done 5. And he already knows cursive because I taught him cursive very early on. I discovered with my kids, it seems like it was the kids, my oldest 2, I didn't teach them cursive till they were in like 3rd grade, and they were like fighting me about it. They didn't want to learn it. So I just decided with my younger kids, we're going to just teach cursive first. And that has worked out so much better. So, and I mean, he can print, but it's easier to learn cursive if it's the first thing you've known. They just don't seem to fight you about it because they're not in the habit of writing in print. So, anyway, so he'll be doing that, or just a sentence a day, which isn't very much. And then he'll be doing history along with the older kids. And I've already explained that in my other video. So we'll be learning about modern Italy as well as ancient Rome in kind of together using this fun schooling book. And then this ancient Rome is from History Pockets. And we'll do that together with the older kids. We always do history together as a family, and we'll be using Story of the World. My kids like me to read out loud to them, and we'll use other books we get from the library. And that book's pretty beat up because we've used it quite a bit. We've already been through, we've already done studies on Babylon and Persia and Greece, and so in Egypt, and now we're on Rome. And the older kids have actually done Rome before, which is kind of why I decided to include a little bit of about modern day Italy along with it. But we're going to actually do this for 30 days. We're going to set everything aside about halfway through the fall. We're going to set all other subjects aside and just focus just on history for a month, kind of to just change things up. And I thought that would be fun to do it that way. And then history we do in the fall. Science we will do in the spring. So we will go through this book together, all about space as a family together. All 4 of my kids, we're going to kind of make this a collaborative project and work through this book together in the spring. And then he started this last year, didn't finish it, so we're going to continue. This is by Veritas Press, Legends and Leagues. It's really cute. And we left off learning about the continent, so we'll review that and continue through the book. But it has this cute storybook about Mr. Latitude and Mr. Longitude, and I accidentally spilled coffee on it. This is something I do frequently. So you have this cute little book, and then it has the pages that go with the book for learning geography. And so we'll finish that up. And then these are some art pages that he can just work on when he feels like it. that are also from funschooling.com. And so that is what my third grader will be doing. His schedule will stay pretty light because, you know, he's only in third grade. My oldest two will do school for about 4 hours a day, maybe 5 if we have a big project. And then, but my third grader, he'll probably only 2 or 3 hours at the very most. I also keep a this in the front of his binders in case he forgets how to make a letter. And so that will be for him. Now for my 5-year-old, she's in kindergarten, and so she'll be learning to her letters. And so I got her this cute little binder here. And this is more for me than it is for her because she won't really pay attention to that. So I included some coloring pages from some of the Fun Schooling journals. I just grabbed a few of them and printed them and put them here. And then she'll be finished. This is a Bible memory book that I created. And I actually wrote about it on my blog, Navigating Homeschooling. And she's already been memorizing verses, but she never finished the last part. So we'll start working on those, help her finish her book. And then she'll be doing the Bible stories. When I teach Bible stories to my 8-year-old, I'll teach her as well. Now hers, I only included the coloring pages because she's obviously not going to write anything because she can't write. So I didn't bother printing up anything other than the coloring pages for the Bible story. And so she'll be doing that with her older brother. And then numbers, she already knows her numbers, like 1 through 10. So we'll just be reviewing those. These are some pages I got, again, a free download. And then this is something my mom gave to me. It's made by the Weaver curriculum. She homeschooled 7 children, but she's done now. And so she passed on some of her materials she's obviously not using anymore. And I really like these puppets made by the Weaver curriculum. And so this is for letter A. And just to kind of show you, I've done this with all my kids. This is my older daughter's, one of the puppets she made when she was little. And I just cut out a construction paper letter. And so that's how I teach my kids the letters of the alphabet and their sounds. And so I printed up all the pages ahead of time here, as well as included some other activities from other sources as well that I found that I thought were cute to reinforce the letters that she is learning. And so when she gets through all the letters and she knows her sounds well, then she will start learning to put together the sounds. And so she's only 5. I do not even attempt to actually teach my kids to read until they are 6. I just don't feel like they're ready prior to that. And now my daughter probably won't catch most of the history related stuff, like fully understand it. But again, so she's included with the older kids. I printed up, not all the pages, but I printed up some of the pages from what my kids will be doing, older kids will be doing in history, and just things that I thought, she could color and kind of just feel like she's working with the big kids, and she'll make some of the crafts that we make and all that stuff. And she may not really understand the history portion of it, but she's doing something productive and not just watching TV, and it keeps her from, just being in the way because she's there working alongside the older kids. And so I've included that in hers. Now, her main thing, now this is from last year when she was in preschool. This is by Rod and Staff, and she didn't finish it, so we'll finish it. And then she'll move on to, these are the continuation of the Rod and Staff preschool kindergarten books. And I really love these. They're so pretty. And this is a Christian curriculum, by the way. And each one covers a different, region of the world. So this one you can learn about, get library books on the Arctic and on Antarctica, and on you know, the peoples native to those regions and animals in those regions. And obviously no people live in Antarctica, but the Arctic area. And then this one's on rainforest. It'll show here the different regions where you have rainforests. And again, so you can go get library books on rainforests in the various different continents, and on the animals and people who live in those areas. And it just covers all kinds of concepts, from numbers to letters to rhyming to patterns to matching. And what I love about this is these books are so cheap. They're like $3.90. I mean, you really can't beat that. And so this is the whole set except one book, which I used for my 8-year-old son when he was younger. I used this with all my kids, but he did not like it. For some reason, it just wasn't for him. So he only did that one book, and I just set it aside. And so I'm going to use the other books for my 5-year-old, because she really likes going through workbooks. And she, like I said, she's been doing these earlier ones, also made by Rod and Staff, and she loves working through them with me. She likes me to sit with her while she works through them. And so workbooks, she really enjoys these, but my son, who's now 8, did not enjoy going through the workbooks. I think he was just too active for that kind of thing. And so, you know, sometimes things work for one kid really well and they won't necessarily work for another. And so, but both my daughters seem to like these books. And so, so that's what she'll be doing. That's more than enough material. I mean, if she doesn't get to all of these, that's fine. I'll just pass them on to like one of my sister's children or something, if it ends up we don't use all of them, because that's a lot of material. Because with my oldest 2, I actually bought the books and then split them between the 2, and that's what I intended to do with my youngest 2, except like I said, my son didn't really like them. So and again, for kindergarten, she'll probably only at most do an hour a day, unless she just chooses to do more. Because at that age, at 5 years old, they just need to move and play, and her attention span won't be much longer than an hour. You know, I just kind of go at her own pace. With these kind of books, some days she might want to just do a whole bunch, and then other days she'll just want to do 1 or 2. I just kind of go along with what she's in the mood for. Otherwise, at that age, they'll just tend to get burnt out really quick if you try to like push them through it too fast or whatever. And so that's what I do with her. We'll do with her, and for kindergarten. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions or liked any of this material and have any questions about it, just leave me a comment and I will answer your questions. And thank you for watching.